I'm Sande Charles with DevilsDigest.com, joined by ASU's offensive coordinator, Chip Lindsey. Now, Coach, it's obviously a very stressful time. Once signing day arrives, is it more relief or excitement?
You know, it's a little of both, to be honest with you. Really excited because, you know, you've worked really hard to kind of get these guys here and built relationships. Even for me being here 2 months, you know, it was a quick process to build those relationships, and it's exciting, stressful, all in the same time. But we're really excited about the class we put together.
Since you've been here, you've kept in close contact with quarterback commit Sterling Cole. What do you think he really brings to the plate?
You know, the first thing is I just like the way his leadership, you know, visiting him at school and watching him interact with his teachers and principal and counselors and all those people that were involved with him. They just had unbelievable things. They raved about him. And, you know, when you're recruiting guys, you want the coach and the people around the school and that community to rave about the guy. You know, that means you're probably recruiting the right kind of person, and which is the most important thing, because, you know, at a place like Arizona State, you're going to be in the running for a lot of the best players in the world, but they don't always fit, you know. So it's important for us to find the right fit for us, and we feel really good about Dylan.
Speaking of the right fit, what do you really look for in a recruit?
Well, the first thing is, does he fit, you know, the things that we want to do here from, you know, our foundation of what we believe in. You know, the guys that are good people, that are good, you know, that fit what our beliefs are. And Coach Graham's kind of set those things, our foundation, and set those things here in place. And Dylan does that. And then obviously they got to be able to play. And, you know, physically they need to be very accurate, be a very good leader. And Dylan does all those things well. And I think he'll be a great fit here.
This is your first recruiting cycle as ASU's offensive coordinator. How has this experience been different than yours at Southern Miss?
Well, a guy like Dylan wouldn't talk to me if I was at Southern Miss, so it's just a different. It's still the same thing. Building relationships with those guys, you know, finding out, you know, making them be able to trust you. I think that's the most important thing. Recruiting is, and even though a lot of times there's turnover in college football, I think guys have to figure out, okay, what's the right fit for me? What school do I fit the best at? And that's our job as coaches, is to make those guys understand why they need to be here and what we have to offer. And Dylan bought into all those things, and you know, obviously we bought into him as well.
Is there anyone in this recruiting class you think is maybe flying under the radar that we should really watch out for in 2016?
I'd say Kyle. You know, Kyle is. Coach mentioned him earlier. You know, he's made a lot of plays at the wide receiver position. He's really good in our return game. I think he will be. He was good in high school. I think he's a little under the radar, and I think he's a guy that can come in and really give us a spark, so to speak. And how quick will be up to him probably.
And the highest rated recruit in this class was 5-star N'Keal Harry. Why is he so special, and what do you really expect from him this year?
Yeah, you know, he is really special. Getting to know him was a lot of fun. You get to recruit a guy like that, and you go watch him play basketball, and his competitiveness is the most important thing. He's a physical guy. He's competitive. He competes in everything he does, on and off the field. And you know, his grandmother's just a great lady, and just meeting him and watching him. Obviously, he's talented. He can run, he can catch, he can do all those things. But his competitiveness is what I think puts him over the top.
Now, in 2016, ASU's offense has a lot of starters to replace. With spring camp about a month and a half away, what's your plan of attack?
You know, it's really going to be to wipe the slate clean and really just see where we are. You know, because I'm new. I mean, I got to spend, I guess, 12 or 15 practices, whatever we had in bowl practice, which I think is a huge advantage for me personally, because at least I know these guys. At least I know their names. You know, that's important when you're coaching guys. So, but we have a lot of young players who are going to get their opportunity, and I think that makes spring practice exciting. You know, it's great to have an older team but you just kind of continue to go through the routine. So there'll be a new pep in our step, I think, for our guys, and I think they're excited to get going.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in 2016. For Chip Lindsey, I'm Sande Charles with DevilsDigest.com.